that guy some water before I forget. Looking good. Hi guys, it's Karen with Love Your Land. It's now March 18th, 2022, and I still have not started a single seed. And really, I think that the reason why is because I wanted to do this on video rather than just doing it, which I could have done in 10 minutes, but I wanted to do it on video because there's a few things I want to talk about, some tips and whatnot that I just haven't talked about in a long time, like years. So we're finally doing it. Finally doing it. So obviously I've gotten the ball rolling here a little bit. Now, the only thing I'm starting today in this video are tomatoes and peppers. So this is a little bit specific to tomatoes and peppers. Not completely, but there's some tips specific to tomatoes and peppers. So normally when I go to start seeds, the first thing I do is I get this bin and I put 2 gallons of my sterile soil and coir mixture in it. I have a giant container over yonder, and so I just get a couple gallons of my seed starting mix and put it in here, and then I normally put my trifecta, which is the plant food I use. It's made by M.I. Gardner. I put that in right now and mix it all up and start my seeds with it. Do seeds need food to germinate? Absolutely not. But because I'm not pouring water into these pots, I'm just spraying, I'm misting, keeping the soil moist, the nutrients aren't leaching out. And so some years back, I finally got this bright idea, just put the food in now. And that way, it's kind of a one and done. As soon as the plants sprout and germinate and get past their first set of true leaves and they're ready for food, bam, it's there. So that's normally what I do. However, M.I. Gardner is out of trifecta for a second, okay? They're never out for more than like a week. Not even that, 5 days usually, something like that. But I am waiting for that to get back in stock, so I don't have any right now. But that's okay because of what I'm going to do. So this is my next tip. So the first thing, I also pre-moisten my soil. I didn't say that. Pre-moisten your soil makes things a lot easier. So if you're a new gardener, or maybe this is just what you've always done, the logical thing to do, my neighbors are looking at me. The logical thing to do is get your little seed starting pots. These are pretty common size. And you're gonna go ahead and get your seed starting mix, and you're gonna fill that sucker all the way to the top, right? Now I'm talking about tomatoes and peppers specifically here. Now you're gonna put your seeds on top, sprinkle a little more soil, water them, pray over them, take really good care of them, and all that, and then they're gonna grow, and they're gonna get about here or so, and now they need to be either fed, or they need to be transplanted, or the stem needs to be buried. So now you're dealing with a situation where you have a very young, delicate, vulnerable seedling that you have to manhandle. And it can be done. I mean, it's being done right now as we speak, and those plants will live. But an easier way, easier on the plant, easier for you, and just overall less risk of injury for the plant is don't do this. Instead, take your pot and only fill it about halfway, okay? Halfway, even less than what I did. And then put your seeds in there, or seed, or whatever. Put your little tomato seed in there, cover it, water it, take care of it, all normal. And then when that time comes where that little guy needs food, or he needs his stem buried, or it just needs, more soil in general, now you have a situation where you can do all of those things. You can feed it, you can give it more soil, you can bury its stem without having to transplant it. So if I didn't say this already, this was an idea that one of you guys gave me years ago, and if you're watching this video, I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but I still use this method because it's genius. I wouldn't do it any other way. So thank you for that. So that's all we're gonna do here is halfway up. Oh, and then the other thing is, because I don't have trifecta, I'm just gonna do it without trifecta for now, in that, half soil pot thing method. And then once I get my trifecta in, which I'm sure will be in less than 2 weeks, then I'll mix up this bin of seed starting mix again, and at that time I will add trifecta. And so then at that point, I can just backfill around the stem of the plant gently, and that whole stem will get buried, and it'll get plant food, and it'll get everything it needs, and I will never have had to like do this, you know, and shoot and get the other pot. And it's no big deal when they're established plants, but when they're little itty bitty guys like these will be in a bit, it can be, you can hurt them really easily. You can, and a nail can nick that stem or whatever, and they don't really like that. So anyway, that is why I recommend only filling your pots halfway with soil. So today, like I said, I'm only starting tomatoes and peppers because those are my high priority plants, and I have limited workspace in here now, and it's all the time I have for right now is to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do, just my tomatoes and peppers. So when I fill my little pot halfway, put my seeds in, cover it up, then I take my squirt bottle and do 12 squirts of water in it. I'm not gonna do it right now because I can't count and talk. And then immediately mark them. Immediately mark the pot as you do it. As you can see here, I haven't marked any of these, and that's because these are all gonna be orange Rossellini, and I'm only growing one other variety. I just don't have the seeds for it yet, but I'm only gonna grow one plant of that variety. Everything else in my garden is gonna be orange Rossellini tomatoes, so I don't need to mark them. There's no need for that. Over here I have, what did I start? Red cheese peppers. These are really good peppers. They're zero heat, and I just love them. I grow them. Not every year. I have grown them every year since I got the seeds and grew them the first time I grew them. They're like I said, no heat, and they are not as big as a bell pepper at all, and they don't really have the bell pepper feet on them. They have some little like dollopy, scallopy bottoms to them, but not like feet. And size-wise, they're like about that big to like that big. So you never really know. So what did I just get? What does that say? Wish you guys could tell me. Oh, yeah, Sugar Rush Peach. Now these seeds are obviously seeds that I saved from Sugar Rush Peach peppers. These are from 2018. They'll germinate. I know they will. They did last year, and I don't just like throw them away after the year on the package. I keep throwing them in pots and they grow with any seed. But the tricky thing with these guys is that if you've grown Sugar Rush Peach, you know. Did I already put? I don't know. I think I just threw seeds back in there. I don't even know what I just did. We're gonna just grow more. The tricky thing with Sugar Rush Peach is when they ripen, it's really a guessing game to know when they're fully ripe. And with peppers, as probably most of you know, the only seeds that will germinate from a pepper plant are those that are fully ripe peppers. So because these are so pale, they go like from almost a barely yellow to a full peach color, but somewhere in there towards this end, they're fully ripe, but they don't always get the exact same level of peachness. So whenever I start these, I start extra, which again, I think I just did, because I don't know if the seeds I'm putting in here are ones that weren't really from fully ripe peppers or not. It's hard to talk and do things at the same time, especially when I'm still trying to figure out if I threw a lot of seeds in there. I'll find out when I watch this video. So anyway, I am definitely going to be putting 2 or 3 seeds in each pot, and that's 4. Let's not do that. Because again, I don't know if I'm planting viable seeds or not. It's a really tricky seed to save for that reason. So I made these labels up before because I don't want to do it on camera because that's just a big waste of your time. Anyway, the last pepper seed that I'm going to do is cayenne pepper, because cayenne peppers are the most important pepper to me that I can grow, because I love to make Frank's hot sauce with them. And then what I do is I make the Frank's and then immediately convert that into, or turn it into buffalo sauce for wings, and it is the best buffalo sauce, wing sauce you will ever have in your entire life. So, but the only thing with these is they're from 2016. So, I grew them last year and they came up. I mean, I started them last year and they came up. So they should, or they probably will. And if if these cayenne peppers don't come up within a week and a half, I would say, if I don't see any sign of germination, then I'll go get some new cayenne pepper seeds and start those. Or I might even just pick up some cayenne pepper plants if that turns out to be the case. So after my seeds are all in here, and I have more to do, but I'm going to do it off camera, I'm going to use my squirt bottle and spray 12 sprays of water into each pot. I don't know why 12. It's a tradition for me. It's what I've always done, and for this tiny amount of soil and little tiny pot, it seems to be the magic number. So that's what I do. I just do it in the evening usually, and when I check on them. And then once they're little plants, then you have to actually start watering them. I don't, when it's just like a little stem and I'm still using the spray bottle. But once they have, 2 sets of true leaves or something, then I'll start watering with a can. I go by feel with that, to be honest with you. And then the last step, I am using the super spreader, by the way. So this is the super spreader tray. I just did a review on this last week. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. Whoopsie. So now I'm gonna put my dome on and my light. Isn't that the most adorable thing in the world? It's like a playhouse greenhouse. It's like a little dollhouse size greenhouse. That's what it is to me. I love it. So this light will stay on these guys for a good 12 to 14 hours every single day. I did actually go ahead and get another one of these units because there will be other seeds I'll want to start. Or even if I just buy tiny little plants, or maybe I'm going to start onions this year, I don't know. But I put everything under here that I can fit. I wouldn't put something, I wouldn't put this size pot in there because you can only fit like 4 or 3 or something. So smaller pots, even the bigger ones, the bigger seed starting pots that are like that big, I can put in here and keep them all nice and protected. So that's it. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithms. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please share this video. If you know somebody who might be a new gardener, or maybe they just have never seen one of these domes before, or if they've never heard of only putting half the pot, filling the pot halfway with soil so that you can backfill it once the plant needs to have its stem buried or be fed or whatever. All right, that's it for now. Thanks, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.